But I want to thank Brick Mortar for this fabulous venue. It's just a wonderful addition to downtown Clayton. Thank you for the delicious food. And let's give them a round of applause. So this is the Clayton Chamber of Commerce annual meeting and community awards ceremony. I would appreciate it if all the elected officials in the room would please stand and be recognized, and let's give them a round of applause for attending. Thank you all. I stood right here last year and told you about Clayton Chamber of Commerce's rich history, a history that's deeply rooted in community involvement and in the cultivation of relationships with businesses, residents, and key stakeholders. And because of that, CCOC could confidently set its eyes on the future. I shared about our 3-year campaign and strategic plan and reminded you that we were all building Clayton's future together. Well, that's exactly what we did in 2018. We continued to make great strides in areas of economic development, legislative and governmental affairs, and education. And we launched a workforce development committee with fresh goals and ideas. Through our impact committees, CCOC has collaborated with the town of Clayton in order to reach important economic development goals, such as the development of Clayton districts and a demographic brochure. We are on a steering committee along with other JOCO Chambers of Commerce, Johnston County Economic Development, Johnston County Public Schools, and Johnston Community College that is launching an exciting workforce program like none you've seen before called JOCO Works. The hands-on expo will target all 8th graders in the county and will be held this November 14th through 15th, 2019. And if you want to learn more about this exciting workforce event, please see myself or Chris Johnson after this event. CCOC has also expanded our political forum offerings in order to keep Clayton voters informed. We are in the process of launching a revamped mentoring program called Inspire with Clayton Middle School. We received a grant to help us expand our award-winning Clayton Connection app by providing a Clayton tour for our new and current residents in 2019, something you'll be hearing more about very soon. And we're working on our very first annual report to present to all our investors and to the public. Well, I could go on, but quite frankly, I'm already exhausted, and I haven't even talked about the Clayton Harvest Festival. So we had our successful Clayton Harvest Festival with our first ever military crossroads despite a hurricane. And thanks to the flexibility of our staff, especially Director of Events Maria Bunn, who I thought I was losing. I didn't know if she was going to show up the day after the Harvest Festival or not. And the flexibility of Dave Brown and the Shindig, Clayton Midday Rotary, and last but not least, the town of Clayton. And during the Harvest Festival, if you did not see the amazing flyover during the day, it was absolutely fantastic, and we hope to bring that back to Clayton this year for the Harvest Festival. The 2018 CCOC Board of Directors and staff, members of our impact committees, were all laser focused on our mission of business, advocacy, and education in Clayton. We reached nearly all our strategic plan milestones for 2018 and then some. And thanks to the generosity of all our investors, this organization had a big and positive impact on this wonderful community. And we're so proud of this organization's work in 2018. You will hear more about CCO's impact throughout the night. It is shown in businesses we cheer. It is shown in the awards that we present. It is shown in our collaboration with you all, Clayton Rotary, Clayton Downtown Development Association, and Clayton Women, and it is shown here in this crowd. CCOC is heading into 2019 with great momentum and plans, more advocacy, more collaboration, and more innovation. And that only means even more great things are in Clayton's future. The 2019 Board of Directors and staff of the Clayton Chamber of Commerce thank you all for investing in Clayton by investing in the Clayton Chamber of Commerce. Now let's get the rest of this party started. Woo! The first party man is Rick Hyman. Will you please come up, the 2018 president of the Clayton Rotary Club.
The Rotary Community Service Award recognizes a person, not necessarily a Rotarian, who has demonstrated exceptional service to his or her community over the past year or over several years, and who exemplifies the Rotary motto, service above self. This year's recipient of the Rotary Community Service Award truly lives by the Rotary motto, service above self. He's a native of Clayton, having lived here for, well, I won't say how many years because he's a native, so that would be giving away an age, and so I'll hold back on that. He's been married for 34 years, father of 3, and grandfather of 7. He's a member of St. Anne Catholic Church in Clayton, one of the most hardworking, humble, generous, and behind-the-scenes players working to improve the Clayton community. He's literally been volunteering since he was in high school, coaching for Clayton Parks and Recreation when he was just a teenager. He went off to college, earned an engineering degree, moved back, and got right back into volunteering. He's coached every single sport offered by the Clayton Parks and Recreation Department, even soccer, which he had never played himself. They sold tickets, cut watermelon, handed out ice cream, ran rides for the kids, never asking for anything in return. For more than 25 years, he volunteered on the Clayton Parks and Recreation Advisory Board, helping champion park and greenway projects and initiatives to involve children of all abilities in recreation. He began to put his amazing talent in negotiating multi-million-dollar engineering projects to work for the Clayton Recreation Foundation, helping the foundation to undertake its biggest project to date, the Harmony Playground, an inclusive playground for all children. He's dedicated time, energy, and even made a significant large personal donation to the project. After 34 years with the firm, the Kimberly Horn firm, which he was a principal of, he retired, and that was a civil planning consulting firm based in Raleigh. While he's retired, he can't seem to retire from helping Clayton's parks and recreation efforts. He's determined to see the playground built and see kids of all ages and abilities to be able to play together. It's my honor and privilege to present this year's Community Service Award for the Clayton Rotary Club to the chairman of the board for the Clayton Community Recreational Foundation, Dean Penny. Congratulations. This is your award. And let me read it to everybody for you. Community Service Award presented to Dean Penny, a dedicated citizen and devoted servant to mankind. Clayton Rotary Club, today's date. Congratulations. If you'll hang around for just a second, Dean, we wanted to go one step further for the Clayton Rotary Club. We've had several members who have made donations to the Harmony Playground, and some of them very sizable, but we also have done some other fundraising, and we'd like to present another check to Harmony Playground, $1,300. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rick, and congratulations, Dean. Now we want to welcome Sharon Goicoechea, the 2018 president of the Clayton Women in Network, to come forth and present this award.
Good evening. Good evening. Congratulations, Dean. We at WIN had the privilege of hearing him speak about the Harmony Playground, so wonderful. Congratulations. As the 2018 president of the Women in Networking, commonly referred to as WIN, I'm delighted to present the 2018 Women in Networking Businesswoman of the Year Award. Each year, members of WIN nominate and vote for the recipient of this prestigious award. When nominating a member, we consider her dedication, commitment, and accomplishments within the WIN community, her business achievements and leadership, as well as her community involvement and mentoring. This year, we had 3 amazing candidates nominated. All represent the best of WIN in their dedication to the organization, their professional accomplishments, and their community involvement. Our nominees this year were Teresa Mathis, Melanie Marlowe, and Gabriella Connolly. It is my privilege to present the 2018 Clayton Business Woman of the Year Award to Melanie Marlowe. So let me tell you a little bit about Melanie. Melanie served on the WIN board for 2 years and was the force, and when I say force, I mean force, behind the development and implementation of our fundraiser and signature event, the Health and Wellness Expo. Melanie started her branch office of Edward Jones from scratch. Her office is now in the top 15% of all branch offices in her firm. She serves as an Edward Jones trainer, mentor, and coach for other financial advisors. She's involved with the community as a member of the Clayton Chamber of Commerce, as well as having served 2 terms on the Johnston Community College Foundation Board of Directors, and volunteering her time in the community as part of WIN's mentoring program for the House of Hope. Melanie, on behalf of WIN, congratulations on being the recipient for the 2018 Clayton WIN Businesswoman of the Year.
Thank you, Sharon, and congratulations, Melanie. That's fabulous. Okay, next up, it's time for the Clayton Downtown Clayton Downtown Development Association Awards. But first, I'd like for Mayor Jody McLeod to come up and say a few words, if you would, please. First of all, I'd like to thank you for these fabulous table decorations. I've heard so many compliments. You know how to work chamber magic, don't you?
On chamber budget.
That's right.
I went to ECU, but I can still do the math. Just want to say welcome to everyone. It's so amazing to have so many phenomenal people inside one room celebrating some of Clayton's finest. And I can't thank you enough for being here, but more importantly, to all of you, and even those of you I can't see, on behalf of the town of Clayton, we just want to say thank you for what you do to make Clayton be as awesome as it is. And I personally want to thank you for being friendly. Sybil Champion was a gracious, wonderful woman that we lost last year. She's a former Citizen of the Year. She was from England. And in her last newspaper article in the Clayton News Star, she stated that the reason that she came to Clayton and the thing that she was most impressed about was how friendly people were. And I hope that we're always equally as friendly in the town of Clayton, because economic development and setting businesses up to win isn't just about having the infrastructure in place or the job pool, but it's also about the environment in which people live. So thank you so much for all you do to make Clayton a friendly place to live, because we're the premier community for active families, and it isn't because of what we as elected officials do, it's because of the people that we serve, business entities, absolutely. So thank you, and thank you for being here. And I also want to quickly just say thank you to our Clayton Chamber of Commerce. This November will be my 16th year as mayor, and I have never been more proud than I am right now with the relationship that the town of Clayton has with Clayton Chamber of Commerce, and with the Clayton Chamber of Commerce, the visionary leadership, the people who are on the board of directors, all of our group. And if in the future, if you're worried about Maria coming back from the Harvest Festival, I'm sure the chief can get us a few ankle monitors that we can keep up with her. All right, thank you all very much.
Thank you, Jody. Now let's welcome the Town of Clayton's Economic Development Specialists, Caitlin Crocker and Kim Lauder, the 2018 Clayton Downtown Development Association Chair, to come up and present the awards.
So on behalf of the Clayton Downtown Development Association, I would just like to thank the Chamber of Commerce for allowing us to crash the party, and Brick Mortar for a beautiful evening. Most of you are probably familiar with the work that the Downtown Development Association does, but for those who aren't, the DDA is a 11-member town council appointed board. They go through an interview process, and we choose the most passionate people about people that are most passionate about downtown to serve on this board. They also serve on the Downtown Development Association, Inc., which is a nonprofit. They do fundraising and fund the concert series and the tree lighting and a lot of the events downtown. So although they're advisory by appointment, the Downtown Development Board is a working board. So we have a lot of volunteer hours that go into this board. Not only the board members, but other volunteers as well. So at the end of June, the terms of 2 very dedicated members expired, and I just want to take a minute to recognize them. If you can stand, if you're here, Amanda Hilburn, and I don't believe she's here, and Temple Phipps. Thank you, Temple. And now I'm going to recognize the current board. Kim Lauder is our chair currently, and if you'll also stand if you're here. Tony Johnson is our vice chair. Jessica Lloyd is our treasurer. Heidi Peach is our secretary. I don't think Heidi's here, but we can give her a round of applause. Councilman Bobby Bunn serves our ex officio to the board. Linda Edwards. Betsy Granis. Alex Hadding. I know he's all the way at the top somewhere. Allison Kilpatrick. James Lipscomb. Lori Partlow. And Neil Stansel. Some of the highlights this year that I just want to mention quickly include the Main Street Conference that we hosted in March. I know it doesn't seem like it was this year. It seems like it was years ago. But we had over 100 volunteers that helped us host 5,000 plus other downtown lovers, Main Street managers, and they came to our town and spent the week in our town, and the number of volunteer hours that went into that is just incredible. Our concert series also grew by leaps and bounds this year thanks to our community and volunteers, our dedicated sponsors, and for the first time ever, we had a headlining sponsor, which was 127 Homes. So like I said, over 1,500 volunteer hours went in this year, and if you volunteered for the tree lighting or the concert series or the Main Street Conference, please stand up just so we can see all the hours and all the people that went into that. And stand up. So in addition to unprecedented volunteer support, the DDA also receives annual sponsors that they rely on to make all of the events possible. So I just want to take a minute to recognize our sponsors. Our headlining sponsor this year for the concert series was 127 Homes. Our exclusive sponsors were Agri Supply, Deep River, Law Firm of McCullers, Whitaker and Hamer, the Walk at East Village, the Arbors at East Village, Hometown Realty. Our premier sponsors included the Clayton Chamber of Commerce, Country Superstars 102.3, Johnston Health, Dacno Marketing, Ingredient, VCB Executive Car Service. Our downtown sponsors were Clayton Chiropractic, Morning Glory Inn, Shafela's Cafe and Event Planning, Compare Foods, Nancy Joe's, United Community Bank, Raglan Productions, If Teas Could Talk, Clayton Blinds and Designs. Our movie night sponsors were Clayton Steakhouse, Zaxby's, Rising Tide Building and Renovations, and our tree lighting sponsors were Clayton Steakhouse, Tony Johnson Architect, Rising Tide Building and Renovations, Lee Heating and Air, Imagine That, and Matthews Motors. This is the 10th year we've presented awards recognizing businesses and individuals who are helping turn the downtown vision into reality. The 2018 Outstanding Downtown Business Award goes to a business located within the downtown district that enhances the downtown experience. We had 65 nominations submitted across all of the categories, and these were our board members nominated, but also the public nominated, and they had some really nice comments about some of the businesses downtown and the people that help promote downtown. So the 18 businesses that were nominated for Outstanding Downtown Business of the Year included Bexley House, Clayton Steakhouse, Jones Cafe, Three Little Birds, Revival 1869, Roxy Daisy Pet Salon, Boulevard West, CrossFit Clayton, Dylan's Unique Gifts and Weddings, Glow Yoga, Deep River Brewing, First Street Tavern, Wine on Main, The Flip Side, Auntie's Cottage, Blackley's Printing, and Canopy. One business stood out in not only the number of nominations, but also the contributions in 2018. Some of the comments were that they were thriving and inclusive, they have an awesome vibe, they're friendly and family run, they support the community, host family events, and continue to grow and support the downtown. This business is also one of our long-standing downtown sponsors, and we can always count on them when we need anything. And I'm going to turn it over to Kim.
The 2018 Outstanding Downtown Business of the Year this year is Deep River Brewing.
And Lynn and Paul are at a sales meeting in Charlotte, so this is Mel, their office manager. The 2018 Outstanding New Downtown Business. This award recognizes a retail business or restaurant that is either brand new or has relocated to downtown Clayton in the past year. The nominees, and they had multiple nominations each, were Boulevard West for their entertaining environment, fun for family, long hours, live music, for being community-oriented and bringing a unique twist and fun outdoor space that draws in all age groups. Vincent's Pub for their great service, fair prices, good atmosphere, friendly staff, modern menu, and great renovation. Bexley House for offering activities, being friendly, affordable, and having a beautiful window display and great customer service.
And the 2018 Outstanding New Downtown Business of the Year is Boulevard West.
So I just want to point out that most of those comments are from the public. So the people that shop in your stores and visit your restaurants and everything, they took the time to fill out a survey that was put out on social media, and they gave all those nice comments and nominations. The 2018 Volunteer of the Year is up next, and this award is presented to an individual or group that goes the extra steps in volunteering their time during DDA events, activities, and programs. It's always difficult to choose one volunteer over another because we value all of our volunteers, and as you have seen, we have a lot of them. Our 2018 Volunteer of the Year is a group rather than an individual who go the extra mile anytime we call for help, even if it's last minute. And as a group, they attend almost every single event. They attended almost every single event in 2018 and in years before. So every time they come, they know exactly what to do. They're very professional, attentive, and polite, and they're just fun to be around, and we love having them there.
The 2018 Volunteer of the Year is the Clayton High School ROTC.
The next award is the Best Downtown Facade Improvement under $10,000. This award recognizes the best single facade renovation project in downtown Clayton for less than $10,000. The physical design of the facade should enhance commercial district appearance or function and encourage further design improvements. In order to be nominated, the improvements had to be made in 2018, and nominations are judged on design quality, proper restoration techniques, creativity, and impact within budgetary and other constraints. So the winning property, if you haven't seen it, you've got to see it. And we've had so many compliments on it, and it stood out before, but it definitely stands out now. And we're so excited about these improvements. The best facade improvement under $10,000 is Rejoice. And similarly, the best downtown facade improvement over $10,000 is judged on design quality, proper restoration techniques, creativity, and impact within budgetary and other constraints. You've definitely noticed this this building, and some of you may, where's Tony Johnson? Not love the color of the building. But the best facade improvement over $10,000 goes to Vincent's Pub. The final award is our appreciation award or our thank you award, and I don't necessarily have a vote. Our board votes ultimately on who the winner is, but if I had a vote, it would have definitely been this person. The final award is presented to an individual whose efforts contribute to the programs of the DDA and the downtown district as a whole. This year's appreciation award is presented to someone whose passion for downtown is untouched. This individual has served on the DDA since 2014 with contagious passion and energy and left their mark on downtown in more ways than we can count, with no sign of slowing down anytime soon. This person has fearlessly led the DDA as chairperson for the past 4 years, and
The winner is James Lipscomb.
Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for your support of downtown. I can look around and say that almost everybody in this room has supported downtown in one way or another, and we really, really, really appreciate it, and we couldn't do it without all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim and Caitlin, and congratulations to all the winners. This time we want to recognize our outgoing directors and executive committee members. The Clayton Chamber of Commerce board members have dedicated at least 3 years of service to the chamber, and I really want to express our appreciation. So would you please stand as I call your name, and we can hold our applause till the end. Erin Davis-Belcher. Where are you, Erin? Dyrke Maricle. And Tom Barwick. And Tom cannot be here, as you know, or may not know, that he suffered a stroke New Year's Eve, and he is still recovering, and we wish him a speedy recovery, and prayers and thoughts to him and his family. So I'd like Erin and Dyrke to come up and accept your award. Now I'd like to recognize our 2018 Executive Committee, and I want to thank you for your service and extra time for the Clayton Chamber of Commerce. As I stand as I call your name: Ruth Anderson, Brent George, Sara Martin, and Dyrke Maricle. So would you all please come and join Dyrke to receive your awards. 2019 is going to be an exciting year, and at this time I'd like to recognize our board of directors for 2019. So you can just stand as I call your name, please. Brent George, Chair, Edwin Jackson, Vice Chair, Sarah Martin, Treasurer, Ruth Anderson, Past Chair. Our directors are Tara Abernathy, Marty Bizzle, Tony Johnson, Adam Lindsay, Jessica Lloyd, Kyle McDermott, Melissa Oliver, Brad Palmer, Amy Sherritt, April Stevens, Scarlett Tyner, and Kevin Williams. Let's give them a round of applause for their dedication to the chamber. Thank you all for your willingness to serve. And I just realized I have a lot of bosses. That is a lot of people. Okay. Now we'd like to recognize our Connector campaign investors. This is made up of corporate and community leaders who partner with the Clayton Chamber of Commerce on various levels. They believe in our mission and our vision and ultimately enhance the economic vitality of the Clayton area. So at this time, we will recognize our Connector campaign investors, and would you please stand and be recognized? And we can hold our applause. Griffles, Johnston Health, stand up. KS Bank, Novo Nordisk, and OPW Global. We give them a round of applause for their support. And next are our supporter campaign investors. So please stand as I call your name. Caterpillar, Compare Foods, Clayton Glass and Mirror, Duke Energy, Hometown Realty, Johnston County Visitors Bureau, Managed Print Solutions, United Community Bank, and Woody's Computing Service. Give them a round of applause, and please come and get your award, please. Our foundation campaign investors for 2018, would you please stand to be recognized and then come get your award? BB&T, Carolina Comfort Air, Chick-fil-A of Garner, First Citizens Bank, Hubner Family McDonald's, Johnston Now, Strategic Systems, and Studio TK. Give them a round of applause. Thank you all. Thank you all. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, the 2018 Clayton Harvest Festival was almost derailed by a hurricane. But due to the tenacity of our staff and board and the collaborative spirit of the town of Clayton, Dave Brown of the Shindig, and the Clayton Midday Rotary, the festival went on as planned. It was just in a different month. So I'd like to give these people a round of applause for their collaborative spirit and their willingness to work with us this year. Thank you all. And without our amazing volunteers, the Clayton Harvest Festival would not be possible. So now I'd like to thank our Clayton Harvest Festival heroes, and please stand as I call your name. Jim Lee with Military Crossroads, Ariel Ramirez, Latin American Festival, Eric Rabuse, Manager of Beautification, Pasquale Goicoechea, ROTC Volunteer Management, and Simon Garen, Volunteer. Thank you all. Please come forward and get your award. So now we have a gratitude award. And speaking of the Harvest Festival, there's nothing more important than keeping the festival a safe and fun environment for all of us. And at this time, we'd like to recognize the Clayton Police Department and the Clayton Fire Department for their service and support for 2018. So would Chief Myhand and Chief Barbie come forward to accept their award? Okay, next, CCOC would like to recognize their Committee of the Year. And this award recognizes a committee for its accomplishments throughout the year, shown by its impact on CCOC and the Clayton community. This committee not only executed its action plan, but it developed and implemented new districts utilizing the current land use map, an awesome demographics brochure for our community, and a crucial business survey, just to name a few. all in the collaboration with the Town of Clayton's Economic Development Department. So the 2018 Clayton Chamber of Commerce's Committee of the Year is the CCOC Economic Development Committee, chaired by Jim Perricone. So as I call your name, will you come forward, Jim Perricone? Ruth Anderson. I know. Ruth Anderson, Edwin Jackson, Kyle McDermott, Dave DeYoung, Caitlin Crocker, Bobby Bunn, Greg Kennedy, Charlie Bell, Beth Watson, Tara Abernathy, and Stacy Beard. This committee has worked very hard and very well together. All right, thank you all for your hard work. Our next award is our Innovator of the Year. And the definition of an innovator is a person who introduces new methods, ideas, and products. After moving into a completely new and very different role at the Town of Clayton, this individual immersed himself into our Economic Development Committee to help us produce new ideas and deliverables for our community. Without this innovator, the Economic Development Committee would not have been able to accomplish all the things that you heard about earlier. I'm getting choked up. And not only does this individual care deeply about Clayton, but he has a passion for smart growth. The winner of the 2018 Clayton Chamber of Commerce's Innovator of the Year is Dave DeYoung. Our next award is the 2018 Key Contributor Award. The recipient of this award goes to an individual who's been instrumental in the success and development of the Clayton Chamber of Commerce's award-winning app over the past year. Not only did the app win Carolina's Association of Chamber of Commerce Executives Communication Excellence Award, that's a long award, but it also received an Education and Innovation grant to include a walking tour for new and current residents in Clayton. So I'd like to announce the 2018 Clayton Chamber of Commerce Key Contributor Award goes to our own intern, Cleveland High School's own Boone Williams. Would his parents come up, please, too? Come on. Boone volunteers at the Chamber, and he is a phenomenal young man, and I know you guys are very proud of him. We are. And let me present this key to you. Thank you so much for all you do to help us. Let's get a picture. Great things are in store for this young man. Next is our Volunteer of the Year. In the spring of 2018, this individual approached Clayton Chamber of Commerce to offer volunteer services. And this literally means anything from cleaning out the refrigerator to greeting the public, answering the phone, doing research for the staff, to making sure that we eat lunch during planning the Clayton Harvest Festival, and that is no lie. No task has ever proved to be too hard or, more importantly, too small for this person. And she volunteers in so many ways for this community. She volunteers for the Clayton Harvest Festival, Donate Life of North Carolina, the Clayton Rotary, many aspects for the Clayton DDA, and serves as Art Advisory Board Chair. The winner of the 2018 Clayton of Commerce's Volunteer of the Year goes to Sara Perricone. Congratulations. And thank you for all you do for us and the community of Clayton. All right, now it's time for our Leaving a Legacy Award. And it's presented to a member who gives our organization with his or her time and talents over a long period of time. And the things he or she accomplishes during that time have a major and lasting impact on CCOC and our community. So Ruth, can you come up and present this award personally, please?
So the recipient of the 2018 Legacy Award, I have to say this was a pretty easy speech to write because they exemplify that definition and so much more. This speech was not hard to create, as I said, but it was hard to create because all the things that this person created are examples as to what speaks to what this award is named after. A few of those examples are being willing without hesitation to step into a leadership role for CCOC when it became necessary. This person also agreed to continue their role through a very challenging time in CCOC's history. At every turn, this person showed integrity in all actions and a strong moral compass that truly serves CCOC and the Clayton community well. This person also has a passion and commitment for making this the best chamber and board of directors we can be. Speaking personally, this person was a delight to work with. Given their quick and wicked sense of humor, it made working through any situation a much more pleasurable experience. I'm very grateful to say that through all of this, I made a very treasured friendship. And this person was also a perfect role model for me in my leadership role in the chamber. I think we need to institute a new way to measure decisions we make at CCOC with WWDD. It is my distinct honor to announce the 2018 recipient of the Clayton Chamber of Commerce Leaving a Legacy Award, Maricle! Let's kick it. So the little piece about the music is a skit that has yet to be performed, but will be. It will. There were lyrics written by a collaborative to Ice Ice Baby about the chamber, and the executive board in the chamber were going to be the performers, and he was going to be Vanilla Ice. Wait for this. When you see this announced, you do not want to miss this.
I am so sad that did not go on.
Oh, it will happen. Congratulations, Dyrke. Okay, I'd like at this time for Martha Stovall to come forward to present the 2018 Clayton Chamber of Commerce Superstar Teacher of the Year Award. And Martha works tirelessly to get this organized with the principals and the schools and the town and all of us at the chamber, and we appreciate all your hard work. So I'll turn it over to you.
It's sometimes like herding cats, right? That's what we say. I do want to give a shout out to Nader, my partner in crime. If you have not seen the videos that he does of our superstar teachers, they're on the Town of Clayton YouTube channel, correct? And they're all up there that he's done over the years, and they're awesome. So I just want to give a shout out to him. Superstar teachers demonstrate excellence and leadership in their classroom, creativity and motivation of their students, and show a high level of commitment to our community. The nominees for the 2018 Superstar Teacher of the Year are as follows: Donna Digby of Clayton High School, Robin Dudash of Riverdale Elementary, Kimberly Ellison of Powhatan Elementary, Danielle Harris of Cooper Academy, Shannon Joseph of Riverwood Middle School, Amy Miller of Riverwood Elementary, Greer Suggs of Clayton Middle School, Matthew True of West Clayton Elementary, and Ramona Westbrook of East Clayton Elementary. Thank you all. You're all superstars. Our 2018 Superstar Teacher of the Year believes in personalized instruction, wants to challenge her students to rise to be their best daily. She uses breakout boxes, STEM activities, and even job interviews to show her students that learning can occur via many different avenues. Parents and staff follow her on Twitter as she tweets out many of her best practices. She's received a grant to purchase listening devices for students to comprehend podcasts while walking around the campus. And she's a PTA liaison and leader of the Green Kids Club. She even created a campus garden that is used to teach the plant cycles. Last but not least, she mentors new teachers and serves to inspire the students and the staff at her school. The winner of the 2018 Clayton Chamber of Commerce Superstar Teacher of the Year is Kimberly Ellison of Powhatan Elementary.
Thank you, Martha, and congratulations, Kimberly. We cannot thank teachers enough for what they do. Please welcome the 2017 Ambassadors of the Year, Michael Pagliocca and Ingrid Blackburn, to the podium to present the 2018 Ambassador of the Year Award.
Good evening. The nominees for 2018 Ambassador of the Year are as follows. Please stand to be recognized. Audience, please hold your applause to the end. Ingrid Blackburn, that's me. David Breed, Sadie Brown, Rob Campbell, Gabriella Connolly, Erin Davis-Belcher, Anna Garcia, Todd Goodrich, Deborah Hope, Evelyn Herba, Brian Jenkins, Heather Madden, Jennifer Lawrence, Will Lawson, Michael Pagliocca, and Matt Thompson.
The recipient of this award consistently advocates for the Clayton Chamber of Commerce and the Clayton community in general, has hardly missed one of our ribbon cuttings or ambassador meetings the past several years, shows up to as many chamber events as possible, always brings her smile and fun attitude, helps the Clayton Chamber of Commerce out whenever she is asked, can cook some amazing food, and we can go on and on. But a wonderful reputation in this community says it all. The winner of the 2018 Clayton Chamber of Commerce Ambassador of the Year goes to Erin Davis-Belcher of Dillon's Unique Gifts and Catering. Erin, please come up and accept your award.
Congratulations, Erin. You're a breath of fresh air. Next, I'd like to ask Eddie and Ponder Bird to come forward. They were the 2017 recipients of Business of the Year, and they're going to present this year's Business of the Year.
I've been designated as the speaker tonight. This man will never get a microphone in his hand. He will not page anybody at our business. But you may remember last year when we were named the Business of the Year, he grabbed the microphone. But he's gone back to his old habits. Each month, the Clayton Chamber of Commerce's Ambassador Committee selects a Business of the Month from nominations made by the community. Each of these businesses were selected Business of the Month for 2018. The nominees for 2018 Business of the Year are as follows. Please stand as you're recognized. Please hold your applause until the end. Align Family Chiropractic, Chef Ella's Cafe and Event Planning, Clayton Animal Hospital, Elite Travel Planners, Glow Yoga, Hudson's Hardware, 127 Homes, and Rising Tide Building and Renovation. Okay, and you may be seated. The 2018 Business of the Year hasn't been in Clayton that long, but when they relocated their business to Clayton, they jumped into the community with both feet and haven't looked back. Customers consistently boast about them and their community service. Their fundraising efforts for charities are abundant, dedicating hours of personal time to causes near and dear to their heart. They have been described as humble individuals who genuinely care for their clients and their new community. The winner of the 2018 Clayton Chamber of Commerce's Business of the Year is Align Family Chiropractic. Dr. Matt and Dr. Jessica are making their way up. Congratulations.
Okay, at this time, we're going to announce the 2018 Citizen of the Year, and we'd like to ask Herman Mitchner to come up, as he was the recipient of last year's Citizen of the Year award. All right.
Thank you. I've been very humbled by being Citizen of the Year for this last year, and there's 1,000 people more deserving than me, probably, but like I say, it's just a very fabulous honor, and I do appreciate it. The Citizen of the Year Award is given to a citizen who has contributed outstanding service to the Clayton community, voluntarily given of their time, talent, and energies without compensation, and has made a commitment to the well-being and quality of life in the Clayton area. The winner is selected by a Citizen of the Year task force from public nominations. The nominees for the 2018 Citizen of the Year are as follows. If you please stand as I call your name and just hold your applause to the end if you don't mind. Larry Bailey, Tony Johnson, Butch Lauder, Randy Parks, and Lynn Souls. Thank you. You may be seated. And what an honor to be nominated by your fellow citizens for such an award. All the nominees had wonderful things written about them and were worthy of this award. However, like every year, only one person is chosen, of course. It's my pleasure to announce the 2018 Clayton Chamber of Commerce's Citizen of the Year, Mr. Larry Bailey. Stay here. I've got about 10 pages to read about you, buddy. Cut it to two, okay. Let me see where I am here. I'll read a few of the excerpts of the material presented to the committee, just a few, because there were page after page. Since Larry first joined the town of Clayton staff in 1980, he has strived to improve our community. His tenure has seen Clayton grow from a one-park town to one that now boasts 7 different parks, 2 properties land banked for future parks, and a greenway system that spans miles along the banks of the Neuse River, carrying visitors and residents more than 30 miles to Raleigh and back. Larry played a pivotal role in the planning, development, and push for funding of our greenway system. We can thank his foresight long ago for helping to create these popular pathways through our community. Larry spread his vision that linear parks are just as important as traditional ones. Today, our greenways are integral connective segments of the States to Mountain Sea Trail and the East Coast Greenway. This greenway system not only provides immeasurable enjoyment for families along the Neuse River, it also brings economic development to our area. And Larry's dedication to our trails reaches beyond his professional life. His family has graciously opened their home to tired and hungry through hikers during their ambitious attempts to traverse the entire Mountain to Sea Trail. But it's the people that make a community, and Larry has ensured that our parks provide recreational opportunities for residents of all ages and abilities. His work has cultivated environments where participants are treated like family. Coaches within the town-sponsored programs have seen firsthand how Larry molded our town's athletic programs to benefit every participant. While providing an adequate level of competition, Larry strongly urged coaches to develop each child on every team, and he implemented participation rules to help enforce that philosophy. The best example of Larry's push to include everyone is perhaps his work to create and expand programming for Clayton's residents with special needs. Larry was ahead of his time in recognizing that these children and young adults, along with their families, deserve to play and socialize just as much as any other child. Today, Clayton Parks and Recreation serves this population by hosting 2 annual dances, a week-long summer camp, which is highlighted by field trips, special guests, and a talent show. Many participants look forward to these events all year, and some have even called them the highlight of their lives. In the past 5 years, Larry opened the doors of the Clayton Community Center to the area's first and only wheelchair basketball organization. It's dedicated specifically to physically disabled youth. Larry doesn't just approve the programming or help plan it. He is an active participant and a regular attendee. He knows almost every single special needs child or adult by name, and many of them refer to him as family. It's no wonder people feel so close and personal connection to Larry. He's even been known to give rides to those without transportation and ensure that they can attend. Similarly, Larry has promoted programs and activities for the seniors in our community. He brought the NC Senior Games to Clayton, and 3 decades later, we are proud to host athletes from Murphy to Manteo and 2 annual Senior Games finals competitions in our facilities. And programming for seniors does not end once the gold medals are handed out. Larry has ensured that senior outings and activities continue throughout the year, including trips to the state fair and even popular senior appreciation days. Larry is simply selfless, sorry. It's spelled wrong on here. No, I'm kidding. He has always shied away from the spotlight. He has continually thrived to do what is right for our community and citizens, quietly helping community groups reach his success while staying out of the limelight. His selfless work over nearly 40 years is unheard of, and his influence on our community will be felt for generations to come. Congratulations, Mr. Larry Bailey.
I'd just like to ask you all to give another round of applause for all our winners tonight and our nominees. You are all advocators, collaborators, and innovators, and I thank you all for everything that you do for this community. Before I ask our incoming and outgoing chair to come up, I want to thank the staff of the Clayton Chamber of Commerce. You're only as good as the people you surround yourself with, and I have an amazing team. I want to thank Angela, who is not here, for putting together all the posters and the slideshow and speeches and everything. She's just amazing at what she does, and let's give her a round of applause. Come on out here a little bit. Well, Angela's not here. And this is Maria, our Director of Events, who put all this together tonight. And little Annie, come on up. This is Annie Bowles. She's Director of Membership. And she kept us on track tonight. And I just have a little something for you girls. Beautiful flowers for 2 beautiful ladies.
Thank you.
And also a massage, because I know you both need it. Thank you all. I really do appreciate it. You mean the world to me. So finally, I'd like to call up Ruth Anderson. She's the outgoing 2018 chair, to depart wisdom on all of you.
Wow, that was nice. Wow, is that right? I don't know who said that, but you can leave now.
Angela wrote it. I didn't mean it.
Oh, wow, thanks. Thanks. Wow. Okay. I want to welcome you all again. As the outgoing chair, you've all been recognized. I'd love to again thank the town leadership for being here. We so value the town relationship we have with town leadership, town council. Thank you for being here. County commissioners who are present, Rick, county manager, our chief, our fire chief. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to attend tonight. And I'd also like to thank Dana and her entire staff. Angela's not here. Maria, Annie, and Angela. Please give them another round of applause. And personally, I'd like to thank all of you for helping make this an amazing year for me. Without you guys being behind me, it would have not been the year it's been. I'd also like to thank and recognize my spectacular board of directors. If you are a board member, just stand quickly. I know we've thanked you before, but if you're here tonight and you're on our board, please stand again and please give them a round of applause for what they do. Thank you. I have to say that they were there for me in every way to support me and the chamber in whatever capacity was necessary. And they have helped make this chamber the shining star in our community it is. We also have a stellar 3-year planning committee in place that has helped keep us focused on the goals we set and to help us stay on target. If you're part of that 3-year planning committee, please stand. Tony, I know you're here. Melissa, thank you. They're the behind-the-scenes folks that really take our strategic plan and meet and go, okay, so where are you? Where are you going? And is this meeting your goal? And we really do appreciate everything you do. We set some, I hope this makes you nervous because this speech is about 4 pages. The good news for you is I used a really big font so I could read it easily. So you're good. We set very lofty goals at our strategic planning meeting in 2018, and I'm happy to share just a few of those. We set a goal as a chamber to achieve accreditation from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce by December 31st, 2020. And I'm happy to say that we are ahead of schedule in reaching that goal. We've worked really hard and we are moving that ball pretty far down the field. We also wanted to form a really viable workforce development committee and economic development committee, and you see by the award that Jim won tonight. Those committees are in place. They have committed, dedicated members of those committees who are moving that ball forward on a monthly basis. We meet action items, we talk about things, and when we come back in place, we are making those things happen on the economic development front, on the workforce front. We want to be part of the conversation of creating a pipeline of employees for all our members in this chamber, because we all know that's an issue. Scarlett Tyner leads the Workforce Development Committee. Give her a hand. She's done a fabulous job of leading that. Thank you. Another big goal of the chamber at the beginning of the year was to start the process of creating a 501c3 arm of the chamber. I am proud to report that as we squeaked this in on my year, I am proud to report that as of December 2018, that entity is in place. We have a 501c3 arm of our chamber now, and we have a board of directors in place and functioning, so we're very excited about that. One last goal I want to highlight, and it is a huge thing that we've accomplished with Angela's help, the creation of our amazing website. If you have not been to the Chamber of Commerce's website, I invite you to go because it is an absolute delight. And as Dana mentioned, we've won awards on a state level, multi-state level, on our communication, and that website and those things that website provides our members are what created us receiving those awards. The analytics that are provided through what Angela and the team have created with our website have really created a critical ROI back to our members, and it's been representative in the growth of our chamber. I've only highlighted a few of this team's many accomplishments this past year. And I can't tell you how proud I have been to serve as the chairman of your board for the Clayton Chamber of Commerce. It has been an absolute pleasure. I also now have the distinct honor to pass the gavel. It's going to be really hard. Pass the gavel to the 2019 chairman of the board, Brent George. Brent, would you join me up here, please? I love you. I have teased Brent that I have enjoyed my year so much that I wasn't sure that when it came to this moment, I was actually going to pass the gavel. It has been my pleasure to get to know Brent on a personal level and a professional level, and I feel like I've gained a new friend. Can't look at you in the process. The board of directors is passing into very safe, capable hands. Brent's steadfast leadership will help us continue on the path of growth and true relevance in this community that we all love. It is my pleasure to officially pass the gavel to my friend, Brent George.
Thank you, Ruth. I actually get to touch this thing. This is great. I want to say that, man, what an honor it is for me to be here and to take this gavel from Ruth. Be presented it from Ruth. Let's take that back. I know we're running behind schedule, and I know everybody wants to go home. So my 10-page speech is going to have to go. I'm just going to toss it. And because really, what else needs to be said? I mean, from the comments that Dana's made, from the observations that you folks have being part of the chamber over the years, and what Ruth has come up, what else is there to say? Not much. One is that I've bound to be known not by my name, but by the craziest man in Clayton from this point forth, because who in their right mind would follow Ruth Anderson in this position? She has done such a great job. Our whole board of directors, the staff, Dana, Angela, Maria, and Annie, those guys, I mean, it's like I said, it's been a heck of a pleasure to work with these guys for the last 2 years. I served on the chamber board about 10 to 12 years ago for a couple of years, and back from war at this point. So going into my third year on this new chamber board, man, getting to work with these folks, getting to learn from these people, getting to learn from Ruth, getting to learn from Dyrke before that. The tremendous example that these guys have set, it's going to be challenging to live up to that. But I'm up for it. I'm going to do the best I can. And with the board of directors that we have and the support staff and the members that we have out here and in the community, I don't think it's going to be an impossible task. So with that said, I want to talk real quickly about some of the things that we want to do. We've already talked about the tremendous committee structure that we put into place. We've already talked about the task forces that we have into place, the great events that we have already in the town of Clayton. So I think my main charge is really just not to screw it up. There's such a good framework put into place. We mentioned 3-year planning committee. We mentioned board planning sessions. We've got a tremendous roadmap that's put in front of us right now. You've got to have a plan in order to be successful, and we have a heck of a plan put in place. That plan keeps getting developed and keeps getting changed to keep up with the changing landscape of the business environment in Clayton, our investors' changing needs. So those guys those boards and those committees do a fantastic job in keeping that stuff up to date. And it's just really up to the board to make sure that we continue to follow that track that's been laid out in front of us and continue to evolve it. So that is what we're going to do. I can't wait to leverage the power that we're going to have with the 501c3, the Clayton Chamber of Commerce Foundation. That's going to allow us to do a lot of things that we couldn't do before. It's going to allow us to magnify the amount of the funds we're going to be able to raise, grants that we're going to qualify for, and things like that, that monies that we can use to put back into our business community. But before I sign off here, I want to let you know that we really do appreciate your support. I appreciate the support of everybody that's in this room. Congratulations again to all of our winners tonight. Such an amazing group. Looking forward to serving you all this year coming up. I appreciate your support. That's going to conclude our program tonight. But just want to make sure that everybody has a safe trip home. We thank you for coming out and supporting again, and we'll see you next time.